So we're starting with the brows, which I have not had my brows arched yet.
And we're not even going to worry about that because they look great.
So you start with the brow.
I start with the eyes first because if any fallout happens on the face, I don't have to worry about trying to clean that up in the foundation. So for a natural look, I'll start out with the eyes first. But if I'm doing something that's over the top and whatever that needs to expand it out towards past the eye, then we'll do the foundation first.
I learned something new today.
Yeah. But like I said, there's no right or wrong way. People have their own ways of doing it. You know, they don't always decide to go this route. This is just, you know, this is the way I found it is comfortable for me. So I like to outline with a pencil and then do the shape with the pencil and then fill in with the brow. Bringing them in a little bit because, you know, it should only be like maybe one eye space in the middle. So you have a little wider gap in the middle. So I just bring that in a little bit. And it looks real natural still. And we'll be doing the primer to even out the tones of the eyelid so that the makeup will look more consistent. And there's nothing wrong when you have lighter hair in the front with lightening your brows. Lightening your brows. My hair is red, so I dye mine and bleach them red. I bleach, you know, dye them and then color them red to match my hair. Found that when you have a lot of yellow in your skin, I tend to try and pink it up with the concealers and makeup, and that way it evens out the tones. Because when your skin looks yellow, or you kind of have that jaundice look.
And maybe that's the mistake I was making because I never wear pinks. I'm a bronze girl. I love bronze.
Yeah, I understand. But see, like, this is a Mayron palette. This is a Graftopian concealer palette. And this is considered the cool palette. And it's got the pinks and stuff in it. And so while it's highlighting really great on your eyes and it's not sinking in because it's, you know, it's not making you look sullen because it's highlighting. Pink tends to highlight the softer pinks. And it also, like, if you have, like, I have hyperpigmentation on my cheeks and my forehead. And I use, like, pink concealers. And this is highlighting the brow. And it's giving some definition, showing off these gorgeous brows.
Now, when you have a show like DC Fashion Week, how long will you spend on average on each model?
We try and do, considering whatever look that Ian wants. Ian Williams, he's the producer for DC Fashion Week. He normally decides the looks for the show. We usually try and break it down to no more than 20 to 25 minutes. But considering, you know, types of skin or other problems we may run into, but you don't have as long as you would have if you had a regular client. You just don't. You don't have that kind of time. Because it's always rushed. You always want to get it done and have them done in time so that there is no rushing at the end. You know, you don't want to have to do that.
And so what do the models do in between changes to make sure their makeup stays applied correctly or that it doesn't get on the clothing?
They're instructed to come with what they call face nets that they can slide over the head so that they don't have to mess up the hair, mess up the face. And we'll, you know, a lot of times we'll be backstage touching up lips and everything. Now this is a primer. I like it. This is, like I said, will even out the tones. Nikki mentioned something about her lids being dark. Well, this will cover that up. And it'll also make sure that your makeup, the eyeshadow pops and it will stay in its place all day. And it helps with the creasing as well. So if you have those oily eyes and people say, oh, put on eyeshadow and then an hour later it's gone. If you put on the eye primer, that won't happen.
I learned about eye primer from my 12-year-old daughter.
Right. We're going to have her working for Glam Enterprises one day. Glam Enterprises and Queen Copperhead Cosmetics. We're working on all that.
That's what she wants to do. She loves it. She loves makeup. She has better makeup than I do.
I saw that. And if you're in a hurry, you can always use like a different color powder or something to add that makes it look like a toner or something. Makes it look like a bronzer or something like that. If you don't have time to go through the whole eye thing, then you can always do that.
Okay, so when I thought I was doing something, I bought all these little beautiful pigments that are in little bitty bottles, and they're powder, and I have no idea what to do with them. And every time I open them, powder goes everywhere.
Yeah, well, the thing to do, because I'm using these today in NYX, so
that's what I have.
They're the loose pigments.
Yes, I have no clue.
Well, they go on just like regular eyeshadow. And the term beat the face comes from...
Oh my gosh, that is what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so we have to address something right now. There's this term in the makeup industry that drives me insane. And they always say, come get your face beat. Well, I don't want you to beat my face. I want to look pretty. Beat your face. To me, when I leave out of there, I'm leaving with bruises. Please explain where that came from and what it means.
Well, most people, unless you really know how to put on makeup, they're doing their makeup like this. And when we put it on, we do this. So it's actually like tapping the face. So that's like that's where beat the face comes.
Okay. Because y'all had me a little concerned. I'm like, no, I don't want you to beat me up. No, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's basically what that means. We're beating this like tap, tap, tap. That's
Thank
tapping
you for clearing that up.
Tapping on the face. Shadows are called Au Naturel. And this is one of my favorites when I'm using to do that natural look. This is a great color for you too. And usually if you're like in this complexion, you're using your browns, your coppers.
That's what I use.
Your oranges and creams and colors like that.
If I want to do a little bit more dramatic, I'll either go for a really dark brown or black.
Yeah, black is good, or gray for a smoky eye. And I tend to like the paw type brush that has a little angle. So you see it blend, 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 because you don't want to see those hard lines show up in the makeup or on the screen. Because like I said, the camera is unforgiving. And it'll pick up all of that. So that's one thing you don't want, is to have the creases and the lines popping up through the... So you want to blend.
Now what I found is on video, whereas in print ad, you have Photoshop, you have touching up, you have airbrushing. You don't have that so much with video.
That's right, you don't.
Okay, so today I'm showing them the professional look. This is if you got your makeup professionally done. In later episodes, I will show you my 15-minute version. You will see the difference.
And so we use a lighter color to highlight that brow bone. Because the brows are, altering your brows is the biggest thing you can do on your face next to plastic surgery without going through plastic surgery, Contour makeup is the biggest thing. Because you can do it to make your eyes look bigger, or your nose look smaller, your cheeks more pronounced. So if you're not going to have surgery, if you're not trying to go through plastic surgery, then you go and get your eyes done. Get your makeup done. Get them brows done.
Have you ever had anybody ask you to do their neck?
Well, we get a bride that's, has on a strapless gown. We do makeup everywhere. We got tattoo wheels that cover up all of that. So if you're a bride that's getting married and you got this big tattoo on your shoulder, but you're wearing a strapless gown and you don't want to see, then yeah, we cover all that. We'll do the neck, and I have a big brush that's like this big that goes when you go to powder to enhance the bosom, all of that.
Contour.
Yeah,
the contouring, yes.
Put the little highlighter. You see in the Real Housewives and stuff, they had a little highlight the brown, the boobs, the boobage.
Boobage.
The boobage.
I think we made a new word.
Yeah,
boobage.
The boobage. Highlight the boobage. So now we want to line it up. And I always put on the liner before I put the lashes on, because it also gives you a place to put them, so you know how close to get it.
Now, let's talk about liner for a minute, because some people, I've seen a lot of people now that are doing the wings and the cat eye and all these different effects. Talk about the different effects and when to use which ones and what eyes should use certain ones.
Well, I guess if you're used to carrying off the dramatic, then there are no rules, really. There are no rules. If you want to do the stretched out one, the only thing I say is if you bring it down, it drops your eyes. So you want to keep it going up at any point to keep the face and the eye makeup going up. Because if you bring it down, it kind of drops the rest of the face.
Okay, so what about top lid versus lower lid and halfway, quarter way?
I don't always line my bottom lid because I have those little slanty Asian eyes, and sometimes to me it appears that it makes them smaller. But if I'm doing a smoky eye, then I will underline it, and it seems to make the eye pop more.
Okay.
So it's just a matter of choice. I tend to, but then you have the other pencils, like the Smashbox has a yellow tinted and a gold tinted highlighter pencil that you can accent as opposed to the white, which can be kind of stark when you put it on, but those look more natural, and then you can highlight underneath. Okay. We're not going to do anything wild and crazy with the liner with you. We're going to use a basic liner. I don't like to take people out of their comfort zone, so if you like natural, then that's what I try and give you. I don't try and pile on the extra if you're not used to that. That's not what you want.
This happens to be a MAC lash, but please tell our audience what you told me earlier about the lashes from a beauty supply store are just as...
They're just as good, and they're like $12 cheaper.
So it's about the application of it.
It's about the application and choosing one that looks more natural as opposed to bat wings that look like you're going to fly off when you wear them. You want to get something that's going to enhance. Well, I mean, for fashion shows, of course, they can go over the top. And, if you're going somewhere like that to a fashion show, then that's one of the times when you want to do the overly dramatic makeup because it fits in. Or if you're going out to Vegas. What goes to Vegas stays in Vegas. So you can do that well. But I choose to use the white Revlon because it dries clear. We don't get that shiny. And it dries a lot faster than Duo. So it doesn't take as long for the lash to adhere to the skin.
And so you wait a little while, let it get tacky.
Wait a little bit. And I have my little spatula.
And do you start at the inner or outer corner?
I go towards the middle.
Oh.
I try to fix it in the middle. Head down for me. Good. If you get it towards the middle, then you can always even them out on the ends and in the beginning. These had already been fitted for her, but if they don't fit, feel free to cut them.
And are we going on the eyelid or right on the lash line?
We're right on the lash line. I try and get it as close as possible. And I may end up, and then once you get it on, just kind of lift it up, but heel it on and then lift it up like this. So hopefully it won't be stuck to the face. But hey, that happens from time to time. So open. How's that feel?
Am I supposed to be able to see it on this corner?
Yeah, it's probably you're probably going. You're gonna see that until you get used to them because you're not used to wearing them on an everyday basis. Okay. So once open.
What do you feel about curling them?
You naturally don't really need to do that.
Okay.
Most black people don't usually have to curl their lashes because they're curly anyway. But mostly that happens with the Caucasian or the Asians. And then sometimes you can do that with mascara. Just take the brush and hold it, and then that'll curl it for you, as opposed to getting out. Because I'm a little nervous about using the curling, and I'm scared I might pinch somebody's eye out or something. I haven't perfected that one yet. But, you can get the same result with a different process. Because everybody has, it's an ever-learning process. Everybody has their own way of doing things. And so I'll probably go back over the liner again with this once I get the lash on to camouflage it so it'll blend in a little better. Even as close as it is. And you won't have to worry about these taking out your lashes.
Okay. So how do you take this off? Do you use oil, just
Nothing,
water, or? Just peel it off.
Peel it from the end close. So make sure they're stuck. See, that's why I like this little tool, because it can get in real close without... Open? Good. Feel better now? Okay, good. Now make sure it's stuck on there, because sometimes they'll get away from you and fly on, you know. Especially on a windy day. I'm sure y'all seen Flavor of Love in New York with the bat wing lashes. Hey, Tiffany. Now, she looks a lot better these days. Her stylist got her hooked up. Well, I also do styling and image consulting too. So if you need a whole look, we can do that whole look thing. Got a great hair team and all that. All right. Be sure to size them before you actually stick them on, because you want them to fit properly. Or then you risk the chance of them not staying on all day because they're attached to your skin as opposed to your lashes. Open. How did that feel?
That one feels fine.
Okay, good. Alright, so we got the eyes done. Looking beautiful. And we're ready to work on the skin. Work on the foundation. And I'm going to use a little bit of this Miracle Blur on her face. It's kind of like a primer that helps to hide any of the little imperfections and things like that. Nikki has great skin though. Considering she's had 2 babies and a husband she had to deal with, she got great skin.
Thank you. I work on it. I learned.
Yep. Don't let them stress you, because it'll work out that skin.
Now, what is this? Miracle Blur?
This is Miracle Blur by L'Oreal.
And what does it do?
It's like a primer. It's almost like a primer.
Okay.
But it also helps to prep the skin for application, and it's supposed to help, all the little imperfections and stuff. You see on the commercial, it's supposed to almost look like you had, surgery to get your face clear. But I think it's like a primer. Like if you're going to use a BB cream or something like that, then this is kind of like that, but just doesn't have any color. It's just, yeah. This is a nice foundation.
Thank you. I like it.
Never used Merrill Norman, but I like it.
I tried to switch, and I ended up going back.
Look up. Now, some people tend to use their concealer and everything before they put on foundation. And I choose to use it afterwards so it'll pick up the stuff that the foundation didn't cover completely. Because foundation is supposed to enhance. It's not supposed to, totally change the way you look. Good. Oh, Nikki's a good model. She knew exactly what to do when I came up under these eyes. A lot of people don't know that. They don't.
Years of Mavis at School of Modeling.
Ah, that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. But yeah, whenever they come under the eye, you go up. When they come down here, you do like that. Yeah, get down to there. Whoever messed up your foundation did a really good job, though.
Thank you. This has been the only foundation I've ever used. I found it right when I started using foundation out of college, and again, I tried to use some different brands that people had recommended, but I always ended up coming right back because it's one of the ones that I can kind of control the oil.
Right, I see it's like an aqua balance, so that's good. And like your skin has a little bit of yellow in it, the foundation has a little bit of pink in it, so it kind of blends it. So we got the foundation on. Looking good, looking good. And so we're going to work under those eyes a little bit. And then we'll set our powder. So we want to, because even the foundation, even though we got the foundation on, it still works a little bit. So we want to get under the eyes.
And this helps with dark circles.
Dark circles, and it'll lift the eye. And then once again, like I said, this is a Mayron High Def palette, so you don't need a whole lot of it because it's so pigmented. Just kind of blend it in. Okay, so now we're going to set her makeup with her powder. And this is a Ben Nye powder that I'm using, and this is called Fair. I think I should use the buff on you though, because it has a little more beige. And notice that one side of the face, you can already see where the powder is gone.
I'm laughing because before you started doing my foundation and concealer, I was feeling a little bit like Groucho Marx with the eyebrows.
Oh, no, not at all. The brows look great.
And now I feel a little bit better now.
Oh,
I felt like they were popping off my face, but I knew you were gonna hook it up.
of course, you blend it in. But the brows, you know, the brows are the personality, girl. You see all these people with different brows. You always want to make sure that the brows are. This is looking really good. And as much time as I've used to do her hair, I've never done her makeup. This is my first time.
You kept talking about beating my face.
She was scared.
I scared.
She's
I was a little scared.
She alright now, baby Nikki. And then we're going to highlight a little bit under the eye again. I just did the concealer, but then we do the powder. And this is one of the things that, you know, girls say that, oh, I know how to do my own makeup, but they don't think to do this when they're going to be in front of the camera. Highlight it. And now we're going to bronze up the cheek. This is just a bronze booster. So there's not a whole lot of color, but it gives you a nice little definition.
That's what I like. Because I often see women wear something that's a little bit too pink for them or maybe not the right shade. So I often just use bronzer and do my cheekbones.
Okay, there's a bronze booster. This is by Physicians Formula, and I like it because even if you use a regular bronzer and put this on top of it, it'll still boost that bronzer a little bit more. Let's see, it'll go around here.
This is the contouring.
Yeah, contour. And you got a good nose, so I don't know if I need to contour that too much. I don't like to overdo the... But we will contour the cheek a little bit. And the way you do that is... And you take a little bit of this powder on the edge of it, and you go boom, 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 right under the blush line. Right under the blush line. You see how that contoured that cheek over there? See it? A little bit darker than the color that you're going to have on your lips, so it shows the line. So new lips have been very big lately, but the dark plum lip is coming back in for this spring as well. So practice, you know, just because one person has one color, that doesn't mean that color's work for you. So try out all the different colors of the lip colors that you think. You might not think you can do a pink, but it might be a different pink that you can do.
Well, I have, for a while, people stopped using lip liners. Was there a reason?
I think people didn't know how to use them, and I think, you know, because you had the black lip and the, you know, and I'm like, oh, no black lip, you know.
But the lip liner helps your lipsticks to stay in place.
It helps to stay in place, especially if you fill it in, especially with a red one. And with a red one, you tend to want to fill in the whole lip with the lip pencil, because then it keeps your color longer. I really like the little pencils like this, the Revlon, and like the matte. I like, this is a shiny one, but I like those colors, and they work really nice, especially for everyday look. And if you ever wonder what neutral colors will work good for you, the secret is to pull the inside of your lip.
Oh.
And if that color that's the inside of your lip will always work for you, because that's your natural color.
Well, you've been a wealth of knowledge today.
And then, like I said, you can always, you know, put a little bit lighter color like I have on. See, this pale lip is what's really popular right now, especially if you're doing a dark smoky eye during the day. Then you want to do a pale lip, but at night, you know, if you're doing that smoky eye, you may want to do that pop of red or that pop of purple or pop of, you know. She looks amazing, doesn't she? Yes.
Well, I want to thank you again, Cousin Lynn.
Love you.
From Glam Enterprises.
GlamEnterprises.com.
What do you think?
She looks gorgeous, doesn't she?
Oh, thank you very much for your tips and tricks, and we look forward to doing some more interviews with you in the future.
Hopefully I'll be back when all the snow is gone.
Okay. So if there's any looks that you guys want to see Lynette do, please subscribe to the channel and comment below.